Good morning, friends. I'm Tara with Tara's Whimsies Bakery. I am on a journey to learn how to fake bake, and so I want to bring you along with me as I do that. I've been working hard in my art room on my bakes, and I just did some little rosettes with some spackle. Those turned out real pretty. I did them with my large I think it's a 3M. Let me get one that's not dirty. I soak them in water when I'm not using them, so when I'm ready to wash them out. But it's a star tip, has real long sides, really large mouth there. So I use that to make, this is going to be a, you can make this into a carrot. You could make this into a watermelon. That's what I'm going to do, is paint it and use it as a watermelon. Sometimes I don't tint my spackle with paint. You can use paint because it turns pink and I want a little bit more red. You have to use a lot when you're tinting, and so sometimes it waters down my spackle too much. But anyway, I did some little rosettes to let them dry, and I can use them at a later date. And then I got some Nubo's foam clay on Amazon, and I think this was $13.99, and it's for 17.6 ounces, 500 grams, or 1.1 pounds. So I really like this clay a lot. It is super, it's not too moist and it's not too dry. It's just right. So it's a real Goldilocks type of clay. I mean, look at that. Really nice. For $13.99, it comes with quite a bit. And so I want to get the 1 gallon tub. My only thing is that it's like it got some contamination in there. Just some little hard pieces. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, I just picked them out. Other than that, it is great. So I've been doing my little marshmallows. These didn't I didn't turn these. I should have turned them, and but I'm letting the other side dry, and I just haven't quite mastered the marshmallow yet, but I'm working on it. Some turn out, this one turned out, some don't. You know, they get a little bit of an angle here where I have shaped, and so I'm really having to watch that angle. That's just me. But anyway, I have also created a graham cracker, and this, the only thing is it arched its back. I heard somebody say that. I was watching, she's really good. What is her name? Oh, darn it, I can't remember her name. Anyway, I really like her fake bake. She does a lot of gingy stuff. Everything has a gingy with it, a gingerbread girl. It's so cute. And over here, I've made, with my clay, I've made some, excuse my janky nails. I'm redoing my nails right now. Did a little sandwich cookie, chocolate chip. I'm going to do a chocolate chip theme. These are my other little cookies. I've got to put the glaze on these. I'll do a matte glaze, but on the chocolate chips, I'm going to do them a shiny, like do a little bit of Mod Podge on each of the chips, and that way they get really nice and shiny, just like it's hot out of the oven. And I did some small ones. I'm not really sure what vessel I'm going to use yet. I'm kind of into the extreme shakes, so that's what I'm really kind of working on right now, is extreme shakes. Let me get these out of the way. I want to show you my other little project I've been working on. This is just a weekly check-in, see how everybody's doing. Y'all leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you're working on, if you're new to fake baking, or if you're a seasoned professional and want to give me some critiques or some constructive criticism, or, you know, some tips. That'd be great. I'm not a part of Facebook or any kind of social media, so this is it for me. So I love YouTube, so this is where I need to be. Anyway, I'm working on a lemon theme. I'm going to call it like a lemon drop theme, extreme shake. And so I've done some little candies. It's a little oblong, but it's okay. It's candy. It's whimsical. I don't mind a little bit of asymmetry there. And I'm going to put a little skewer, not a dowel, but a long skewer. Where's my skewers? I've got so much stuff around me. Y'all know, if you're fake baking, it's crazy. But I'm just going to kind of skewer that in and like this. Just like that. And then set it in my fake bake. This is still drying down at the bottom. It's pretty new. So anyway, I'll put the styrofoam in there and do my little whip, and it'll be ready to go. I did some little lemon drops. They're kind of shaped like a lemon. Just a little lemon drop. And just some little balls that are lemon. I've got some yellow cookies. They're the sandwich cookies I made. They're yellow and white, so I'm going to put some of those in there. I did a little lemon here. I don't know yet. And I need to order some lemons, but I kind of wanted this to be more candy themed instead of like a lemon, you know, obvious lemon in my design. So, and I did a little lemon chocolate bar or white chocolate lemon. Okay, that's what I've got going on that. I'm not very far on that one, but I'm getting there. I'm doing a watermelon themed fake bake, and so I put the spackle in. I did dye this spackle with my paints, and it turned out pretty well. I love it. I think it turned out great. The colors are great, and it's drying at the very bottom. And I've had no cracking or anything like that, so it's doing good. These are my first ever glass shakes, so, or, you know, and I made a little cotton candy watermelon. I did this with wool. I put my base wool in first, which is just a white, or it's a creamy off-white wool. It's like you use it for your interior. I used to do needle felting, and so I've worked a lot with the wool, and I just wanted it to be real fluffy and fat, and I didn't want to waste a whole lot of my color. So what I do is take my interior wool first, and I needle felted it to my dowel, and I also hot glued it. So I hot glued it first, just, you know, putting I'll show y'all a video on that later if you want to see that. Let me know in the comments if you want to see how to make one of these. I'm not a professional or anything, but I mean, I like it. I think it turned out great. I've got a little hot glue there. I'm going to trim that off, and I'm going to glitter this. I really want it to look sugary. I've got some this beautiful pink. I got this at Walmart. It is gorgeous. It's called Cameo Pink. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see that. Anyway, and then I put these little beads there, but I started with the just plain wool, and then I colored it. You know, I put all my colors in there and just needle felted to that wool. And that way you don't have it falling off. You don't have to use glue because you've needle felted it. And I'll give y'all a video on that. It's a lot of fun. If you've never needle felted, it's really enjoyable. So, okay, and there's that. And I put some little beads on there that were kind of watermelon seed shaped, which I thought was cool. And then I think I may have already shown this to y'all, but I made this little cookie. And I've just got to do, okay, I did my touch-ups already. And I did have some, like, a large seam there where you could see where I put the two cookies together. And so I just took my clear caulk that I use. It's the Sherwin-Williams. I love this caulk. I'm going to use it a lot for gluing also. It's Shermax. And it's in the clear color. Love that caulk. My hub's got that for me. And then I made a little macaron, and I let the icing come out because I kind of decided that I wanted the icing to just be exaggerated. So But I thought that turned out cute. And I glitter. This one's going to be glittery and pretty and just fun. Let me get that put in there. And then I've got this. I'm not done with this. This is just a little watermelon popsicle or ice cream bar. And I've got to come on the top here and touch it up. I did a little hole there so I could hold it when I was working on my icing here. And I glittered it, and so I'm going to kind of glitter it up here. And this I'm just going to keep plain. And I've got to seal everything, so to give it that nice little sheen. But that turned out fun, and I really am enjoying this process. So, and I made some chocolate chips. Let me see if I can get them over here without messing them up. I made some little chocolate chips. I don't know if you can see those. They turned out good. This was with my other clay that I have. I even use the stuff from the Dollar General. It's the Make Shop air dry clay. It's foam clay in the white. And I buy the colors just to tint the white. I don't use the colors by themselves because it's a little bit dry. I don't really like the texture, and I don't think it dries well. Or I don't like it. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I'm making an ice cream cone, and I don't really know what I'm going to do with this yet. I don't know if this is going to go on a cake, or I don't know, but I just wanted to try making an ice cream cone. And I can do a video on this if it turns out, but I just used, I have a little room, so everything's piled up on everything. But I got the Dollar Tree cone, and I cut it down where it is. I cut it, I think it was from here to here, and turned it upside down. Yeah, that's what I did. I turned it upside down, so I cut right about here, or you can see right about there. And I took one of the Dollar Tree foams, this one, and put it on top. I cut it down, obviously, and put it on top. And that makes that two different levels there that looks like an ice cream cone. And then I just took my scraps from what I'd cut off and just used it, because I'm going to go around and I'll build that up with foam. That way I'm not wasting a lot of my spackle product. And then I don't really know how I'm going to decorate this, what the theme of this one's going to be. But anyway, so those are the things I've been working on. I'm not really happy with my chocolates yet. This one turned out a little bit better. I just can't get my mold. When I'm using this mold and I set it in, it just kind of spills out, and it's hard for me to get it level and then get it you know, nice and crisp on the sides. So it gets a little bit skewed looking, but it's whimsical, so I'm just gonna go with it. I'll still use it, but I might trim it down where it's not so, you know, it's kind of flailing out there on the sides, or flaring out. So anyway, that's about it. I just wanted to come on with a quick video and see what y'all are doing, and this is what I'm working on. And I'll come back as I'm finishing projects and let you see how they turned out, and then get them on Etsy. Oh, I've got a couple more things, and I think they turned out really cute. Let's see if I can get them off. Yeah. So it turned out really, I just loved it. And I need to touch up and wash off and seal. And I may do this like a pink inside, or the green, that beautiful sagey green. I love that kind of vintage green. I might do the base of the cake that color. So I just, you know, sometimes I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm spackling, and so I just do it white and then I go back and paint. And I don't see a problem with that. I'm a painter, have been for all these years, and so it doesn't bother me to bring out my paints and do a little bit of painting. And what I did was, to get them on my plate, I just put a piece of masking tape underneath. I had iced this. If you don't ice it, it'd be better. I had iced it beforehand, and I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. It turned out, and I was able to do a fine job. So, but that's just different tips. Maybe one tip, and I just use different styles throughout. So, anyway, that's that. Hope y'all are doing great and have a happy Tuesday. Like, share, and subscribe. It'd be awesome. And I'd love to connect with you in the comments. So leave me a comment and let me know how you're doing, what you think of the videos, and what you're up to in your craft room. So see you later.